Here we are with Steve Lawson, co-promoter and trackman extraordinaire here at the GT Tyres Arena. Steve, I would imagine it's been a bit of a strange week because from what I've heard that the west side of Great Britain's had a lot of rain over the last 10 days. Have you had to pump water off to put water back down?
We've had everybody's rain actually. I came down early in the week and there was a lake on there and it was about halfway out on the track. I came to do some track work and I just thought, nah, we'll leave that. So when it eventually did go down, I started working the track and then it started raining, so I left it. So long story short, I came back yesterday and just rescued it in time.
Yeah.
And so there's some moisture in the base today, so I haven't actually put as much water on as I normally do.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that. How early in the morning would you normally put water down?
Well, usually I do it the night before if it's really dry.
Right.
But it didn't require that this time, so, you know.
Yeah, I know a pool. We've got pool here today in their track at Wimborne Road. Its track, keeping the moisture in depends on the tides.
Right.
The tide going out and in.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, with the sea just being like 100 yards over here, whether it affects the track preparation here at all.
I haven't noticed it, right? Like, when we were building this place, we had a big hole in the middle that we were getting material out of, and it was the full length of the digger arm.
Right.
And we struck beach sand.
Right.
The same stuff that's on the beach, but it's a long way down to get that. In fact, that's what we've got our drains piped into that sand,
right.
and it just disappears.
Right.
So, I don't know, I don't think the sea affects it, to be honest.
Right. It's funny you should say that, because I can remember Canterbury. That's the base of that was very sand-based somehow.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's the track, there's no sand anywhere near the surface of the base of the track.
Yeah.
But you've got to go right down, and when we weighed it up, this must have been the beach at one,
right,
a lot of years ago. And then when the pit bank was levelled out, I think that they reclaimed all this land.
Yeah. And if anybody's not been into the GT Tyres Arena for a while, they'll notice a lot of changes, and there's a lot of units knocking about to be brought in.
Yeah.
Is that for the end of the season, or are they going to be brought in bit by
bit?
Andrew,
you know, Andrew's like he's always looking to go forward. And he came across two containers. He got a chance for them this week, and we'll have them. We'll put them together. We didn't know what we're going to do with them, but we'll find something to do with them. Yeah. So that bank in there, going into like 3 and 4, we're going to level that, take that level right through to my little bit where the tractors are.
All right.
So there's going to be another bit extra viewing area. That might get done this winter. I don't know. It depends on the weather and one thing and another.
Yeah. And we'll touch on floodlights. Not that don't think really. A Saturday afternoon now is turned into the day for Speedway here in Workington.
Yeah, well, I know people like to see it under floodlights, and it does look good, Speedway under floodlights. But we've got some young families. Some families come with the kids, and they've told us that they wouldn't be coming at 7 o'clock on a Saturday night because it's a Saturday afternoon. It's a nice day out for them, and so we don't want to lose what we've gained with them fans. Yeah, it is hard work trying to keep on top of the tracks in midday. I sometimes watch some meetings on TV and think there's dust there, and it's 7:30 at night and you've got dust. Think how hard it is for me to try and keep it down.
Yeah, there's a few meetings I've watched on TV, whether it be BSN or on Eurosport, where they're having dust in heats 1 and 2, and as you say, their evening meetings. I think you do a brilliant job here, and you keep
on top of it.
Yeah, you keep the riders happy as well.
Well, I didn't the other week.
No, you didn't.
Troy Batchelor came.
We'll not touch on that.
He came and said hello. He said, "Look at the state of me." I said it was Andrew. I blamed Andrew. But
you'll have been the same in your time, because you've rode a few, shall we say, interesting tracks in your time.
Yeah. It's a lot better these days. Tracks are a lot better, believe it or not. People say they're not, but they are.
Yeah.
Because, but we didn't know, it was the norm to have tracks that were inconsistent and, not the best. But, you just had to get on with it.
So how do you go about after the meeting's all finished? Obviously, you may even have a practice day tomorrow. I don't know.
We actually have this week.
You
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Well,
So do you pull it all back and
Well,
everything?
usually it depends. I like to get the blade on and bring it down when if it's going to rain during the week. I'll wait until it's rained, and then you can just it just blades down as one wave, one nice, rather than bringing dry stuff down and trying to get it to stick to the base.
Yeah.
So I try to get it, like say after tonight, if it was going to rain, I'll blade it back, but it isn't. So I might just tidy it up for the practice tomorrow and come in the week when we will get a shower at some time.
Because got Plymouth back here next week. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Was it third or fourth time lucky for
I
them?
lost count. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were going off the forecast,
Yeah.
And it was due to rain, and people don't want to come here and stand up. There's no shelter, so we've got to try and get the best opportunity we can to run a meeting, and if it's forecast rain or it's drizzling in the morning, it does affect the crowd here.
Oh.
It's not like doing park when you can stand, in that enclosure at the back and keep dry. It's not like that. So we've got to keep an eye on the weather, more so than other people.
Yeah. So I
We
think
might get coverage, in the future. We'll work
well,
on it.
it's a building process, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah.
It's the track of dreams, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
Andrew had this dream, and and with yourself, he built it.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, he did. He did, yeah. He had this forward vision that he wanted Speedway back at Workington. Christ, we've got it.
Yeah, exactly, and you've got one of the best in the country, if not even one of the best in the world.
Oh, thank you very much. Right, I'll take that.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's not just me saying it; it's a lot of people saying it.
Yeah, we do see some good Speedway,
So when the lads have done that track walk, obviously Cookie is captain. Will if they want anything changed at all or any
Not
extra
usually.
water?
Not usually. No. Except as it is, that I tried to do the track. I would like to ride it myself.
Yeah.
And so I think I've got a good insight on how a track rides. Because I've ridden the bike. You don't want a lot of dirt going into the corners. You need to turn the bike and then catch some dirt coming out. So we try to do it like that. But I hear riders say, not just about this track, it's different every week, but the weather's different every week.
Yeah.
You just cannot prepare a track to be this. Unless it was an indoor track, even then you might struggle, but you can't have it the same every week. You can have it similar, but not exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, I think you do a brilliant job, and
Thanks, Roy.
have an interesting day. I'm sure you'll be out on the Bowser sometime during the meeting.
I guess you're right there.
Yeah,
Sometimes I think, should I do one lap every 2 races, or wait 4 races and do 2 laps?
Yeah.
It's one of them, isn't it?
well, it is. Yeah. You've got to think of the public as well as the riders. So you're between a rock and a hard place, but you do a bloody good job, to say the least.
And so do you, Roy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll leave it there. Mutual appreciation society. Let's walk off in the distance.